Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be really short because I'm supposed to be on another hangout in probably about a half an hour, and I'm really hoping that I can make it. The I just like to thank once again Nathan and Riley. I tried to go on to Nathan's hangout today, but unfortunately I had absolutely horrible reception on my phone, and plus my phone ain't the greatest anyway, so who cares? Um, it was pretty blatantly obvious the things that they were showing on there, and now you need to understand that this has to do with a. I'm gonna butcher the hell out of this name. This has to do with another hill, actually an island mountain that is in the uh, yeah, in the area of Scotland, England, Ireland, that whole little area there. And what's up? Anyway, I just wanted to show you this real quick because this was so blatantly obvious, and I just wanted to go in there and make this point, but like I said, I wasn't able to. First, I want to show one thing here. There was a comparison. This is. Whoops! Wow, that looks weird. Hold on. I got a better one of that, don't I? Yeah, I do. Okay, first I want to show that they were showing this picture throughout portions of this. Now, mind you, this is not something that they presented as evidence. I think this was just a photo that was on well, probably on the same place that I got it. It was a tourism website. Hey, look, there's one of those noses that's caused by a superior mirage that only happens beyond curvature. But I just figured I'd point that out. the At one point they brought up well, as soon as it shows, there we go. At one point they brought up these four images. Okay, this is a screen capture from the Hangout. And I think at this point, somebody was whoever was controlling at that time was moving around the images together. I'm going to say let's not worry about all these numbers that they got on here because apparently Riley seems to have his feet and meters mixed up again because he's talking about 300 feet from 34 miles. This island is about 330 meters high. Okay, about half the height. Well, a little less than half the height. Little more, excuse me, than half the height of Snaefell. And but from a somewhat similar distance. Jeez, I'm sorry, I just had a really good dinner. But since I don't care about Riley's whatever the hell he keeps on talking about, I'm calling it Riley's smear. I'm going to concentrate on these three images. Okay, these three images are all three of that particular island. What's it called? Ailes Craig or something like that. But okay, check this out. Now, mind you, Riley says, Riley was trying to make the argument of, if it were a globe, blah blah blah, you should see this much. And Nathan was saying, and I quote, "You're seeing the whole island." Okay, the whole island. Now, you can even look at this. Okay, this isn't even the whole island because you don't see the beach. Okay, you see the superior mirage. Okay, but he's saying that these are the whole island. Okay, now they want to talk about compression and all this other neato stuff. Here's the funny part. Okay, now I'm just going on. I don't know where they got these from. I really don't, and I didn't listen that hard. I think they were saying they were from Beyond the Imaginary Curve because I think at one point Riley was saying we need to get so and so on here so he can better explain what the claim is that's being made. But Nathan must have said probably about 25 times in his arrogant means he had said that we're seeing the whole island. Okay, which you are not. You are not seeing the whole island in any of these pictures. Okay. I also saw that somebody was circling around this. Somebody was probably talking about it being the lighthouse and all this. I don't know. But what I'm saying is that this and this and this are not the whole island. And yes, I can prove it. Okay. By doing something that Riley absolutely refuses to do with his Isle of Man footage and probably will refuse and dispute this tomorrow as well. Okay, so here's the three images. Okay, I took them all apart. I intensified the colors a little bit. You'll see why I did that in a second. Okay, that's all I did. No changes in size, no changes in anything. Now, what I had to do was Okay, here's the first one. This one is obviously taken from these three pictures. This one is obviously taken from furthest away. Okay, I don't know if this was actually taken by the person who is presenting this, because of the fact that it is not from the exact same angle as these two. I'll show you that also in a second. So here's the first one. The water level is this high, probably taken at its lowest height. Okay, so if we were to put this at probably maybe about even about 2 meters above the water line, it's going to come in at, let's see, what was that again? And I think they were talking about, like I said, they were talking about 30 something miles. Hold on. So at, now I'm sorry, I deal in kilometers and I deal in meters. So at 2 meters, 2 meters above the water line, without refraction, without any of that other stuff, at 61.1 kilometers, which was the 37 or 38 that was said at one point here. 246, sorry, 246 meters of that island without any discussions of refraction or compression or anything like that. Only 246 of the 330 meters of that island are covered up. So, number one, Nathan, you're wrong. Okay, the entire island would not be gone. You guys suck at putting the numbers together. Okay, now, like I said, here's the water line on that. Yeah, okay, the picture itself is a little bit crooked, but you know, I put it right in the center. Okay, fair. Here's the second one. This is the second image. Now, there's a reason why it's a lot bigger now. The reason why is because if you look at these two, now they are identical. I can pretty much confirm that these two pictures were taken from the same location, but from two different heights. Okay, from two different heights. Because even the little, I call this the peak, the bump, the nub, and then we just start going further downwards. Okay, but the peak, the bump, and the nub on both of these is identical. Okay, so I can say that, you know, both of these pictures were taken in the same place, just at different heights, and considerably different heights. This one was probably taken on or about 10 meters high. The reason why I can say about 10 meters high is because if I turn around and I change that formula to 10 meters instead of 2 meters, it comes out to 194 and meters of obstruction. Now, here's the thing. Here it is in Google Earth. I know you guys hate Google Earth. Here's that big outcropping bump. And look, it comes up to about 195, 196. That's where that bump starts. This is where the bump starts. Okay, fair enough. Might even have been a little bit higher than 10 meters because the bump is a little bit high there. Okay, cool. And then this was the third image. Like I said, I don't know if this was one of the images that was claimed to have been taken by the person presenting this evidence. The reason why I say that is because of the fact that it almost matches up, but it doesn't. And because it doesn't, like right here, you see that bump, and then you see that bump. Now, I didn't do anything with the scale of these now, so maybe somebody else stretched it, and maybe that's the problem I'm running into. But I even tried to stretch it down, and it didn't work. So that's telling me that this was taken from a different angle. And because the features on the mountain are very similar, but they are not the same. Okay. Now, this was an image I found online to be about as close as I could find to the angle that was being taken. If you'd like to see that picture, where did I put it? I think it's way down here. I'll delete that. This was one. It has the shoreline on it, that big beach area, and anyway, that was what I was working on there. And where am I at? I'm here. No, I'm up here. Okay, so basically, if you put these somewhat transparent over each other, these two match perfectly. See that? Okay, just a minor difference here, but that could also be because of the height. You would see a little bit less around the corner, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So you see these two works perfectly on a globe. has nothing working for it on flat Earth. Now this is that third one, and like I said, see how this, this divot kind of matches, but maybe, I don't know, maybe somebody actually crunched it down or something like that, but this side seems to match, okay? And still, we are not all the way down the mountain, okay? Now, this was that superimposed image. Now, I never really got to map that exactly perfect because of the fact that it's not the same image, okay, and it's not being claimed to be have been shot from the same location. It was the closest one I could find, so bear with me on that. Okay, so if you're at a low angle, the horizon is high. Only the last maybe 100 meters of the mountain is being seen. Move up to a higher angle, and you can see more of the mountain. This one comes up to what's expected to be maybe 10, 11 meters up. Might even be a touch higher. Don't have that answer. I don't have the source. Okay, but that's just my estimation given the visual. And then of course there's this one. I don't know if this was part of it, but it is obviously not taken from the exact same place. So that's all I really wanted to show you guys. So thanks again, Riley and Nathan, for proving the globe again. You did it with the Isle of Man footage by having a low shot and a high shot, and now you've done it with well, whatever the hell the name of this mountain was again, Ailsa, what, damn, Ailsa Craig, that's what it's called. And yeah, so thanks for proving the globe again. Cool. So looking over here, do I see anybody else? It's a giant rock nipple. Yes, it is. I thought Riley is called the knob. You'd have to have a knob to do that. So, but anyway, how did you? But anyway, I just want to let you guys know that, yeah, and that's without any discussions of, refraction or looming or any of those other neato things. No talk of hyenas and whatever else it is that you guys like to deflect actual facts by making jokes that make you just look stupid. By the way, Nathan, when you go to actually talk about this tomorrow, if you decide to, unless you're going to cower away from it like you always do, make sure that you debunk it with a scientific method. Okay, I at least showed the math. Okay, so, and like I said, something else that's coming up here, and I've already shown it once. I mean, making the video is just going to be a little bit gratuitous at that point. This knob here, this nose, okay, I think they were calling it the nose cone at one point, okay, which is a reflection line that you can see all the way across. Shape fill. Okay, this superior mirage is happening all the way across here. Superior meaning above the horizon, and is not enough to cover everything that's below that point. Absolutely not. That only occurs beyond a curved surface. Dare you to prove me wrong. Show me that across a flat surface. We'll talk. Ladies and gents, like I said, I just wanted to make this short. And you guys all have yourselves a nice night.